I know what most of you are going to say. How boring is going to service a Bremi power supply from 1980? I've been looking for one of these for 20 years. And one came up on eBay. So it's truthfully sold as a 2.5 amp power supply. And you remember that the early versions with the toggle switch and a 2-core cable, which somebody's changed, were for the European market rather than the UK market. So when CB first came out in November 1981 in the UK, there were these, not this model, the other model. Was it the BRS28? So you've got an advertisement, but it's from a foreign magazine. So yeah, anyway, this one is shown on here, and that's why I managed to pull this up, because here we have it, the BRS28, because it isn't what you think it is. It's a 12.6 volt power supply, it's not 13.8. And how many of the emergency sets and walkie-talkies do we have to look at and service which will be killed by 13.8 volts, but they'll run on 12.6, which is the same as a fully charged 12 volt battery rather than a car battery that's being charged with the engine running. So that's the difference. So the BRS28 is what this is. Considering this is going to be 1980, we're now recording this in 2026, 46 years later. The fact it's still alive and not as corroded. What I'm going to do, we're going to make a start on this. It's got the odd bend in it, but I'm probably safer. I can't leave it alone, can I? I can't leave it alone. I'm bending it, putting it in the vice in the organ workshop, and of course the powder coating paint job will come off, won't it? So I would expect this is going to be, do you think it's going to be an L123 regulator, which is like a UA723, or do we think it's going to be a bit more simplistic? You know, it's got a 2.1mm plug on the end. I think somebody has used it to power their realistic walkie-talkie or similar. This was £20 in this state, but I wasn't going to start arguing, having never seen one, because we have to run these things off a laboratory power supply instead of a fixed voltage power supply. So these were made for 220 volts mains. At the time we were in the UK, we're on 240 volts mains. Now we're supposed to be on 230 volts mains. But the problem with these is that the electrolytic capacitors are only just on top of the job at 220 volts input. It's an L723, so that's better than I thought. There we go. You haven't got the shrouding, you shouldn't be putting knots in, you know. It's not the way it's done. I think that's been changed, but that's an original. Yep, L123. Single pole switch, at least it's still alive. Do we have a fuse in it? Of course we don't have a fuse in it at all. No, it wouldn't have a fuse in it. Our mains terminals are towards the bottom. I don't have to make this super safe. It would be better with a P-clip holding this rigidly in place. But somebody, as long as it's got a 3 amp fuse in here, I don't mind for my use, but I just need to make sure those capacitors are good enough. Come on, plug. 3 amp fuse. Adequately wired. So if this was a customer repair, we would have to get rid of that knot. Probably put some extra insulation on, but it isn't a customer repair. It's me. You know what? I'm gonna have to take a lot of this apart because I want to. I'll tell you what. I'll put the lid through the dishwasher and I'll just clean this up as best I can. It's had diodes. It once had diodes, but it's now got a bridge rectifier. So that's been repaired. $2,200 at. I know these run at about 28 volts. It's 25 volts. That's not adequate. It needs to go up a peg. So both those capacitors need changing. I'll do that. I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll just start by putting this lid through a dishwasher. Dishwasher takes a few hours, so we probably won't see it finished. Well, that was quick. So that's been replaced 2200 at 35 volts, and that's been replaced 100 microfarads. What I took out was 16, which is probably okay voltage wise, but I think we've got 35 in there, so I didn't even bother looking. So I'll just get the ESR meter and just see how we are with these. I think this is original, but I think the other one's been replaced. $137 is high, so that's not good. And then this big one, which will have been replaced, this isn't original. $26.94. Still high. I bet the replacement's 30 years old. So now we'll plug it in whilst the dishwasher does its dishwashing. I'll tell you what, I'll just get some foam cleanser on this front. Not many people would appreciate this, you know, if you saw it in a lot of people, if they spotted it at a radio rally, they'd just think it was a 3 amp power supply, or a more truthfully 2.5 amp power supply. Yeah, so any of you will come up to the L123 regulator, remember this regulator IC is a UA723. It says L123, it can catch some people out. Right, shall I get the power supply tester, or shall we test it on a light bulb? If the tester's here, we'll use that. Otherwise, it'll be a light bulb. Hey presto, the tester is here. Power supply is on. I forgot it was up for on. In the UK, we're not. Whoa! That wasn't good. I'm not going to edit that out because the new capacitor I put in just emitted magic smoke, and the reason being it was 16 volt rated instead of 35 volt rated. It was in the wrong partition of the stock drawer and I didn't double check. So I haven't got any 2200s, I put 3300, which will work better anyway. So yeah, 3300, 35 volts, that's double checked. So that's what happens, put a 16 volt part. I think this is about 28 volts. And but having said that, this 25 volt part seems to have survived a number of years. So power this back up. I was just putting the thingy tester on, power supply tester, the dummy, electronic dummy load. switch this on. So instead of connecting a multimeter up, we'll do it this way. Right, dare I switch it on? 12.67. So what I want to show you is what the voltages actually are. I'm touching it carefully, you know. I'm now scared stiff. Mr. Chippy likes an analog meter, and these are more than £100, probably because they're from RS. So it's not an AliExpress £6.99 wonder. I'm not sure where we're going to put it, where you can see it. I'm on the 30 volt scale, so it should be, that's 25. Let's get this the right way round. So what's on that capacitor? More than 30 volts offload. Yes, 32 volts. So how a 25 volt component survived? The only thing is it's a Matsushita, isn't it, that Panasonic? So that is the reason why. Just checking the accuracy of Mr. Chippy's expensive meter. It's a 12.6 volts, and it's, yeah, that's what it says, 12.6 volts. So there we go. So back to putting this on there. 12.6 volts. I don't feel that I've got to adjust the preset at this point. Are we actually? I think we're on a 0.1 amp load if we're actually on. We're now on. I am just going to touch that preset. Now we're on a slight load. I don't want it to be 599. Okay, 12.6 dead on. So what we're going to do, we're at 0.1 of an amp. Going to increase that 1 amp. So that'd be transmit on a majority of hand portables. So at 2 amps, I'm going to switch it back off. I'm going to set this for 2.5 amps. That's what it says it'll do. And it will do it 12.4 volts. So there we go. Take the load back to half an amp. 12.5. And at 0.1 amp, 12.6, which would be typical of a hand portable on standby. So there we go, that is satisfactory. Next time we have a realistic handle, we'll use this power supply instead of the bench one. I'll finish this in a few hours when the dishwasher's done. Right, well, it's the next day, and there we have it. The Bremi BRS28 2.5 amp 12.6 volt power supply, serviced, and it's going to be better on hum than it ever was. And so if it was for a customer, we'd have to do it a bit more with the insulation inside, and that mains lead can't have a knot in it. It would have to be held in place either with a cable entry grommet or with a P-clip. So yeah, a quick video, some magic smoke through parts in the wrong compartment, and thank you for watching the Bremi BRS28 power supply from 1980.